What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Jared's Books. I am Jared, and I am super pumped to be able to put together this video today because I've been sick since last Saturday, and today is the first day where when my alarm clock went off bright and early at 5 a.m., I didn't feel like a mushed bag of peas. So feeling pretty good today. Got up, went and did my 3 mile walk, 30 pull-ups at the park, baked a cake with my daughter. I cleaned my garage, and now here we are on a Saturday instead of a Sunday. I usually put these videos together on a Sunday, but I realized I'd only been making them every 2 weeks, and I really wanted to stick to a weekly format. So apologies for that, and we'll make sure that I bring these to you weekly. I have a good review for you guys today. I have a mixed bag on how I feel about the book, but it was definitely interesting, and the writing style is starting to grow on me. And I am talking about Blake Crouch's Pines. So Pines is the first book in the Wayward Pines series by Blake Crouch. For those of you that are not familiar with Blake Crouch, his writing style is unique to him for sure. I would describe it as, and I thought about this when I was on a walk this morning. Blake Crouch's writing style is like ADD meets like if a YouTube short could be a writing style, is kind of how his writing is. It reads like a script. Um, it's hard to get used to at first, but then you get used to it. I will say that one of the criticisms of Blake Crouch's writing style is I think he switches the perspective of the story too much, and it can be. I don't know if he does that on purpose. It almost comes across as sloppy. So he'll be in first person, third person, and then like a weird present kind of thing that he does. So it's strange. But the story, like, let's get to the story. So Pines, first book, Wayward Pines series. Ethan Burke is a special agent with the Secret Service, and he goes to Wayward Pines. He is in a terrible car accident, finds himself in a hospital, and for some reason, once he leaves the hospital, can't seem to get out of Wayward Pines. He doesn't have his wallet. He doesn't have his phone. He doesn't have an ID. He doesn't have any money. And he goes to like multiple different places, like the sheriff's office, the hospital office, like trying to get these things, and he just can't seem to get it. He tries to eventually leave Wayward Pines on the same road that he took in and out, but for some reason it just keeps circling him back to the town. From there, absolute craziness ensues, and the story has multiple plot twists to it, and it's a wild ride. So I mentioned in my last video how I had to stop reading Lonesome Dove, even though it is regarded as one of the best novels of all time. It's just not doing it for me. And I've read some slower paced novels. Stoner by John Williams is one of my favorite novels, and it's very slow. John Steinbeck is my favorite author of all time, and it's slow writing. Larry McMurtry comes on a whole different level of slowness that I just can't get around. So I picked up Pines, and it didn't disappoint. But I don't think this was that good. I don't know if I'll read the rest of the series, to be honest. I don't think it was a bad novel. I just think it was okay. And I like Blake Crouch. Dark Matter, I loved Dark Matter. I could not put that book down. That was the definition of a page turner. I could not put that book down. I was on vacation reading that book when I was supposed to be at the pool with the kids. I loved it. It was really cool, really fun, very unique. This book is a chase book, if I could describe it. So it's a supernatural sci-fi but a chase book. Like if you remember the movie The Fugitive, where he's constantly being chased through it, that's what this book is. And that's kind of one of the biggest criticisms of this book is I would say 75% of this book, 80% maybe, it's just the guy being chased. That's it. So I didn't like that aspect of it. The plot twist in it is pretty cool. So why he can't get out of Wayward Pines, what Wayward Pines is pretty cool. Um, I don't want to give away too many spoilers on this if you haven't checked it out, um, but it's something else. Couple criticisms would be the first of third person thing. He does it quite a bit, and I don't think he does it on purpose. I just think it's a slip up in his writing technique. His writing technique is unique. It's not for everybody. It wasn't for me at first, but you do get used to it. The biggest criticism I have out of the book is some of the things that are described after the plot twist happens. Spoiler alert, you might want to fast forward if you haven't read the book. Um, the way that the town was like chasing him and has this like kind of purge culture for people that are trying to get out of Wayward Pines does not make any sense when you find out what Wayward Pines is. So there is a scene in the book where the entire town is trying to kill Ethan Burke. It doesn't make any sense once you find out what Wayward Pines is. That culture that they have of doing that to people also does not make sense with what Wayward Pines is. There are a couple things like that in this book which led me to not like it as much as Dark Matter. I don't think it's one of his stronger novels. I don't think it's his strongest writing. Um, I'd say on a scale of, let's say, 5 stars. I know I switch back from 5 stars to like scale of 1 to 10 all the time. That's been some of the criticisms on me. So whatever. Um, 1 to 5 stars. I'd give it a 2. I'd give this a 2. Would I recommend reading this? Yeah, I would recommend reading it if you're looking to break up like normal story patterns. Or if you're just like in a really bad rut and you just want to scroll some YouTube shorts is the best way I can describe it, because that's how the writing style is. It's like line, 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 line. Like it's moving fast. It's also only 300 pages, like exactly 300 pages, and it reads so fast. I read it in like 2, 3 days. I think it was 3 days maybe, but you can blow through this book. You could probably blow through this in a day if you wanted to. Because the pages, they don't read like normal pages. Like you're almost reading like script lines. So 2 stars. It's going to be a really long time before I pick up the second book. I don't think I'm really interested in it. And I got a subscriber on here that is a big Blake Crouch fan, and you have mentioned Dark Matter before. Sorry if I don't remember your name off the top of my head, but I remember what your icon looks like right now that I'm thinking about it. Let me know if you've read Pines or the Wayward Pines series, and let me know what you think of it. Is it worth reading the second and third book? They're such short books, I might do it anyways. But so I read that. I went to finish my novel that I'm working on and ended up rewriting the beginning. And now I'm in this weird OCD thing where I'm at the beginning and want to go through the entire story again so that I can like pick up at the ending like full fresh like in the story. I don't know if I'll do that. I might try to like just go back and then finish it and then rewrite it, because I'm 85-90% done, and for some reason I just keep procrastinating, not doing it, not finishing it. And every day I tell myself at night, I'll be like, okay, tomorrow, like do this, that, work, and then knock some of the story out. Like every Sunday, I'm like, let's work on the story, and then I consciously go about my day finding stuff to do to not work on it. I don't know what that's about. Let me know what you think it's about. So I wanted to get some more inspiration and like really get into a novel that I really enjoyed. Like I didn't really enjoy Pines. I didn't really enjoy reading it. It was just okay. It was just I've been finding myself just reading for reading's sake, and I don't want to do that. So I went back to a very safe home plate, and I got Stephen King, Four Past Midnight. This is a collection of four different stories. You have The Langoliers, which, man, when I was a kid, it was aired on regular television, like channel like ABC, as like a made-for-TV movie, and it had a guy. He was a bad guy in it, I think. He was like sweating on the plane, but he was in like TV shows at the like sitcoms at the time. But I remember it was really scary when I was a kid. So, and I fly a lot. So, and I'm kind of a nervous flyer. So this should be fun to read. Secret Window, Secret Garden. That was one of my favorite movies that was kind of on as background noise. Like when I was a teen, like late high school, early college with Johnny Depp. And it has The Library Policeman and The Sundog. So it's got four novellas inside the one book, which is cool. Looking forward to that. Looks like my tripod's moving around on me. So professional. So looking forward to checking it out. I've already read the intro today, and it just feels so good to you don't like hear Stephen King's voice, you know what I mean? But like you know what the writing pattern is going to be. You know how the storytelling is going to be. Nobody tells a story better than this man. They just don't. If you know somebody who does, by all means, let me know. I thought Justin Cronin in The Ferryman was an incredible storyteller. Incredible storyteller. But no one does it better than the man. So I'll let you know how this goes. Like I said, I'll be giving weekly, back to the weekly format, and I have a bunch of stuff that I read that I still haven't done reviews on, so we'll do that. If you're looking for something fast, go ahead and pick up Blake Crouch, Pines, first series of the Wayward Pines, and but if you want to read his better stuff, read Dark Matter. I can't recommend that one enough. It's so cool. It's so cool. It's so cool. So definitely check out Dark Matter. And that's all I got for now. I'm just glad to feel like I'm feeling like myself again. I got in a good workout today, baked the cake with my daughter, and um, yeah, just starting to feel good again. I had a trip before that. I got sick too, which is why I think I got sick. I had a business trip to Madison, Wisconsin. It wasn't one of my favorite trips. The business portion of it went very well, which that was exciting, but I just did not. And it was a really long travel process, and I just didn't have the best time. So I'm feeling good today, and I look forward to the comments. I do comment on every single person that comments on the threads. So give me a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you're reading, and thanks for subscribing. I'm really enjoying the back and forth, the camaraderie. I really appreciate it. Give me a like, give me a subscribe on this, and I will talk to everybody next week. As always, thanks for stopping by. Keep reading. Talk soon.